Have a headache? Down a painkiller. A backache? Pop an aspirin. A stomach ache? Take an Advil.
We're all too familiar with the idea of taking painkillers to make our aches go away.
But how do they work?
And how do they target the pain?
Before we answer the question at hand, let's do a quick review on the nervous system. The nervous system is composed of two divisions, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system contains the brain and the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system consists of thousands of nerves that connect the spinal cord to muscles and sensory receptors. A peripheral nerve is composed of nerve bundles that contain hundreds of individual nerve fibers, also known as neurons. Neurons consist of dendrites, an axon, and a cell body. The dendrites are the tree-like structures that receive signals from other neurons and from special sensory cells that sense the body's surrounding environment. The cell body is the headquarters of the neuron and contains its genetic information in the form of DNA. The axon transmits signals away from the cell body to other neurons. Many neurons are insulated like pieces of electrical wire. This insulation, called myelin sheath, protects them and also allows their signals to move faster along the axon. Without this insulation, signals from the brain might never reach the outlying muscle groups in the limbs. The operation of the nervous system depends on the flow of communication between neurons. For an electrical signal to travel between two neurons, it must first be converted to a chemical signal, which then crosses a space of about a millionth of an inch wide. This space is called the synapse, and the chemical signal is called a neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitters allow the billions of neurons in the nervous system to communicate with one another, making the nervous system the master communication system of the body. In summary, the nervous system consists of the brain, spinal cord, sensory organs, and all of the nerves that connect these organs with the rest of the body. Together, these organs are responsible for the control of the body and communication among its parts. This communication also includes pain, but I'll leave Alexandra to explain that.
What is pain? Pain is a communication tool for the body. Pain works as a warning sign, flagging the brain to a problem somewhere that needs to be quickly fixed.
In response to a trauma, a person only feels pain once the affected cells have reacted to it and have started transmitting pain messages. The cell membranes immediately release fatty acids called prostaglandins.
The prostaglandins enter an enzyme that is anchored in the cell membrane, cyclooxygenase, also known as COX-1 or COX-2. This enzyme now functions as a catalyst.
The fatty acids arriving at the enzyme are transformed and come out again as pain messenger substances. These messenger substances are an exact fit for pain receptors on the nerve endings. There, the stimulation that occurs is then sent on as an electrical signal to the brain via the nerve fibers.
The brain receives the information and evaluates it. Only then does the person feel pain. The entire complex process takes place in a split second. So, how is the process affected when we take painkillers? Well, they interrupt the transfer of information.
Most painkillers affect an important interface in the process, specifically the point where the pain messenger substances are created, in the cyclooxygenase. The active ingredient simply blocks access to this enzyme.
As a result, prostaglandins can neither find their way into the catalyst nor are they transformed into the pain messenger substance. Thus, less and less pain messenger substances are transmitted. When fewer and fewer pain substances dock on the nerve endings send correspondingly fewer impulses to the brain. The result, the pain subsides or lessens for as long as the cells aren't releasing prostaglandin.
In summary, most painkillers belong to a class of drugs called COX inhibitors. They enter the bloodstream and seek out this enzyme. When they find it, they latch onto it tenaciously. When they stick to the enzyme, it's unable to work. When cyclooxygenase is blocked by painkillers, it can't manufacture prostaglandin, keeping the area from becoming inflamed and keeping any stray prostaglandin from running up the nervous system and into the brain.
So that was the nervous system and how painkillers affect it. And we hope that was helpful.
We're all too familiar with the idea of taking painkillers to make our aches go away.
But how do they work?
And how do they target the pain? Have a headache?
Take melatonin.